You mentioned that Michael Chiesa files a lawsuit against Conor McGregor as well as a few others for the attack in Brooklyn earlier this year. James, does this come as a surprise to you?
It does a little bit, just with the fact that Chiesa already fought. I mean, he fought Pettis, right? So if this was such a serious thing, you'd think that maybe he would avoid that. That might make his case a little bit stronger here. Just the timing of it, to some degree, is not surprising. McGregor's going to be fighting in a few weeks against Khabib Nurmagomedov, so maybe that's trying to throw things off a little bit with Conor. But either way, it's one of those things, man. I get it from Chiesa's perspective, but at the same time, I mean, this is going to be something that he'll never live down, and fans are just going to completely turn on this guy for what happened. Not to say he doesn't have the right to sue McGregor, but it's really gonna be tough to be a fan of his going forward, just from the way MMA fans are towards fighters, and especially Conor of all people that he's suing.
Joe, I mean, to us it seems like, okay, it's Conor McGregor doing something crazy, this a little crazier than normal, but for the people involved, it seems as if they were affected much more than we would anticipate. If you hear anybody speak about Rose Namajunas, they say that it still affects her. She doesn't go out in public a lot. Are you buying that?
Well, I'm buying it from the Rose Namajunas perspective. I also personally don't have any issue with Chiesa suing at all. I mean, he wasn't. I don't know, but the Barclays Center, you could sort of go after. I don't know how much he's going to win at that portion there, but in terms of going after McGregor, I could see obviously him getting something out of that. And if I guess from James' perspective, what James just mentioned, with Conor competing against Nurmagomedov real soon, it's affecting Conor McGregor a little bit. It may not affect him at all. I think it is. He is human. And Chiesa's perspective might be like, you know what, dude? I was getting ready for a fight. You did this to me. Now I'm going to do it to you. I'm going to hurt your pocketbook. It may not be much in your pocketbook, but if I can get some money out of this, I'm going to get some money out of it. And the whole Rose thing, that's disturbing. I feel bad for her because she's come out many times talking about the demons that she has to deal with mentally all the time. So she didn't need that sort of stress or that sort of hassle, to the point where, when Pat Barry is posting stuff about Rose online that they're finally getting out, Rose is, smiling, having a good time. That's good to see. But, there was a lot of people, like you said, Sean, that were affected, that were in that bus, that were affected by Conor McGregor's actions. So I think of Ray Borg and stuff like that. I mean, it's unfortunate, but, sometimes when you operate or you, I guess, your rhythm to the beat of your own drum, you walk to the beat of your own drum, you think you can get away with whatever you want. And unfortunately for Conor, that ain't going to happen. So we'll see. He's got to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. So
yeah. James, you were there that week. What was the feeling when it all unfolded? Because there was a lot going on. I mean, Conor McGregor saw his buddy get cornered and hopped a flight, an overseas international flight, to get here to do this. And then now all this is unfolding. I don't buy Chiesa saying, oh, I missed out on a title shot. No, he didn't. In no way, shape, or form did he miss out on a title shot. There are probably 5 or 6 guys in that title picture. He was not one of them to begin with. But he did end up with glass in his eye. He did get pulled from that fight. So to that degree, I do buy it. But what was the feeling there that week?
It was just a really weird feeling. I actually, from my perspective, I did the media day. I was walking back to the Fighter Hotel because I was going to play some video games with Calvin Kattar back in his hotel. And I get a message actually from Calvin's manager saying, dude, did you see what happened? And I had no idea if it was like a scuffle or whatever. And then, of course, I get to the Fighter Hotel and there's police everywhere. It looked like a crime scene or something like that. This is just at the Fighter Hotel. This isn't even where the incident took place. And, I remember going up the stairs and running into Tyson Chartier, who's Calvin's manager. Anthony Pettis was there. And we basically, saw some video of what had happened. And it was surreal. It kind of put just a damper on the whole week, just with what had happened. And, seeing this mega card, sort of fall apart. And then you have Conor and everything else. It was kind of like a scary feeling to be a part of all that. And, just to witness it. You just see all these cop cars everywhere. But as far as, the implications, I mean, it really put a damper on that card big time, because you had so many people removed from the card. And then, of course, you had other factors outside of that. But it really just put a sour taste on that event, which should have been one of the best events this year. But now all we're going to talk about, like we are here, is the Dolly incident.